The life you get to experience is based on what you believe. Like, I won't forget that day I was in the bathroom and I was standing right in front of the mirror and he said, hello, happy new year. I am a few weeks old with this video. I know, I'm sorry, still trying to get used to my YouTube recording schedule. But I wanted to talk about something that I feel was profound lesson I learned in 2024. So I feel like if you've watched the first video about how I left my tech job to start a business, you will probably have a background about what I'm about to say. And if you haven't, please do check it here. So I'd left my job in 2023, and then I had, started putting structures in place, buying inventory, making new designs of things I wanted to sell, producing and all of that. And like I'd said earlier, I kind of felt like after I left my job, like I'll just start getting sales back to back to back to back. And when that didn't happen, I started freaking out because I've seen people who had started businesses and like it was really working out for them. So I just like it's not supposed to be this hard to sell things, right? I'm in a group where like I have a lot of people from like different parts of the world who are doing amazing things, and it's a community. And someone there was just sharing like something that happened to her. I just was like, God, like I really don't understand you right now. Like, I am obviously your child. I'm sure like if I've upset you, it will be that bad. I'm like, why are things taking so long to move? So I was standing right in front of the mirror. I won't forget that day I was in the bathroom and I was standing right in front of the mirror and he said, no good thing will I withhold from you. And then that just like set up light bulbs in my head. So here I was praying to God and asking him as if he was not releasing things. Meanwhile, God was like, bruh, like, sorry, like my beautiful darling daughter, everything you're asking for, I'm not withholding it from you. And so what that did for me was that it made me start asking different questions. So if God is not like withholding good things from me, if God wants me to prosper in all sense of the word prosper, why is it that I am not seeing that in my current reality? And then along the months, I ran into like different topics about believing and mindset and how what you believe affects like the things you literally receive in this realm. And that's what I want to share with you. We all have different realities. What I mean is that I and my younger sister, who probably have similar genetic makeup, can go to a beach, and our perspective about the whole day's experience will be different based on our filters and what we believe in. So I may be irritated if like someone wastes time, because I hate people wasting my time, and she may not even see it as a big deal. So I may go like, oh, today would have been a great day, but X person wasted my time and that was like a downer for me. And she'll be like, oh my God, the food is so interesting and so, but at the end of the day, we all have different experiences. Even though we did go to the same beach and probably did go on the same adventures on the beach, right? Our narration of what happened will be different, and that's just like the way it is with life. Your life, or the life you get to experience, is based on what you believe about life. And so what that did for me is that it helped me to audit my life. Everything is possible, like literally. Sometimes it may take time to happen, but everything you want to get in this side of reality is very possible. The question is, do you believe it will happen for you? Are you willing to wait till it happens for you? I love to think about life like an adventure. Not that this was my first perspective. I used to love to like start things and just be done with them. But then I realized that most great things take time to build, because like the foundation of anything is the most important thing. If you have like a skyscraper, you would take a lot more time to make sure that the foundation is solid than if you were doing like a bungalow. And then the quality of materials you would use would be as different. I feel that most of us start things with the excitement that, oh my God, I'm doing this thing. And we don't think about, the right structures and processes that we need to put in place. Most times, because it's your first time, you're also going to be learning a lot about yourself and about the process and about like the industry, or, how it works in the space that you're trying to build or grow in. So it's very important that, you're able to start in a way that you don't burn out, in a way that you enjoy what you're trying to do, and in a way that it doesn't feel like you're giving so much and receiving so little. Which is why I am such an advocate for, first of all, like you even believing that you can do it, because that's the first thing, and you knowing that there will probably be challenges, Not that you're going to anticipate that it's going to be a very hard journey, because that's another thing most people do. They just say, oh, it's going to be difficult, it's impossible, and then you've already put down yourself before you started. But just understand that, okay, while I'm on this journey, I may face challenges, but even if I do anything or face any type of challenge, I'm going to be willing to sit through it and learn from it and go past it, right? So there's that preparation that you've made, that this may not be a smooth journey, but then there's a resolve that you've also made, that regardless of what happens, you're going to put in the work, right? And also, like, stop once in a while to take a break, to rest. Resting is so important. I'm not even going to lie to you. There's something about like rest, right? So I'm going to give an example with like a river. So imagine a river that is flowing, and like it's flowing at a very high velocity, versus a river that is calm. When a river that is calm, you're able to see more reflections. It's easier for you to spot what's inside, and so that's what rest does. So even though it's important to move really fast, resting helps you to see more opportunities available to you. It also clears your mind in a way, so that you're even able to think about like other opportunities. You're able to think outside the box and see things that you ordinarily would not have been able to see if you were like moving at a certain speed. So enjoy the journey. It's most likely going to be a marathon, so pace yourself accordingly. Surround yourself with amazing people. There's nothing like having the right support system, literally. And I know that depending on what parts of the world you're in, it may be more complicated finding people than it may be. But yeah, thank God for the internet. But yeah, you get my point. I had conversations with various people who wanted to like start businesses or like start something new, and they were always like, oh yeah, I don't think I'm good enough, I want it to be excellent, which is a good thing. But I also feel like that waiting for the next day to start something new steals a lot from us. And I will try and because I feel like I'm speaking so broadly right now, I'll try to explain properly. So imagine you want to start a business, or you want to start something new. Maybe you want to start a community, and you think that, okay, in order for this to work, I have to have like about 100 applicants who will come for my event. And I'll call like the biggest DJs in town and all of that. And that'll be like your first event, and you start with a bang. So the next event continues with another bang. That is great, like really great. But a lot of times we lose out on things we can learn if we had started smaller. So how about if you just organize an event for 5 people, and you didn't have the baddest DJ in town, but you knew someone who would be able to mix the beats really well, and then those 5 people come and you really have a great time, and you're able to set up a venue. You're able to like get contacts of people who can set up venues. You're able to like even figure out how to plan the whole experience of the events, the flow, make sure that the people really leave feeling a certain way. You're even able to like get good caterers and all of that. And then by the end of that event, you've had 5 customers who have experienced something you can do on a small scale, and you can learn from, oh, you could have done this better, you could have not done this better, and then you start building from there till you get to your 100 people where you're calling the badass DJs. What that also does, it gives you a track record. So apart from you creating that whole experience, you're also able to also like get more comfortable and more confident doing things that would have been new for you. So if you're a person who is afraid of starting, ask yourself, what small thing can I do that I'm quite comfortable doing? What's the one step after that thing I'm comfortable doing that I can start doing? And maybe it's about just talking to people. Maybe you're uncomfortable talking to people, and that's literally a thing. And so you start putting yourself out there to talk to a lot more people. And it doesn't really have to be about the specific thing you want to do, but just doing that also helps build your skill, and then just like take you from there. What plans do you have? What steps can you start putting in place, right? Because I don't want to come up here and like, oh yeah, go for it and all of that, and then you're just like yeah, we'll do that, but then there's no practical way to do that, right? So what one step can you take that is just away from your comfort zone, and how can you build on that? So maybe you have like a monthly, and it's always important to also like have reviews and feedback. That's the only way you can like monitor growth real time. So maybe every month you sit down yourself and like, okay, yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable talking to people now. What else can I do, to get better, to become the version of myself that I need to become, to be able to reach the goal that I have in mind, right? So Yeah. Okay, so let's make this practical. So it's New Year. I know that New Year resolutions are not really a thing anymore, but if you would like to achieve something this year, how about you start by writing down what you want to achieve, what's the goal, and then how can you start small? Because remember, that's the whole point of this thing. You don't want to say I want to be fit and then give yourself 10 hours workouts. You'll most likely not be able to meet those hours, and then you may feel like, oh, you weren't able to keep up, and then get discouraged and not go to complete the hours anymore, if that makes sense. So how about you start, okay, 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes is doable. 30 minutes every day I do XYZ, and I stick to that. And then once you get to the point where like, oh, I've mastered this 30 minutes and I can definitely do an hour, then you start doing an hour. Another thing that really helps with growth is accountability. And the best way to be accountable is to put money on the line. I'm not joking. So get a friend and tell them, if I do not exercise for 30 minutes a day, you can take $20 from my account, and let's see if that doesn't work, increase the amount of money. I'm joking. I'm not joking actually, but it does work. Or get someone who's just ironclad, who will not let you breathe, and you're just like, oh my gosh, you're stressing me, I would exercise. So accountability really does work. What type of exercise do you love doing? Do you like weights? Not that I know any type of exercise, so I won't embarrass myself, but yeah, try a bunch of different things and see what works best for you, so that you can probably sandwich what you love with what you hate, and then do what you love to end it, so that it doesn't feel as grueling and as tiring as it would have. Because if you don't like it, you would always feel like it is work, and when something feels like it is work, you most likely avoid it, or you most likely not enjoy the hours you put into it. So how about you do exercise that you love, so that you can enjoy doing it? I think that'll be for a practical example. So start small, do something you love, and find someone you can be accountable and track your growth. I feel like once you've done it for like 2 months and you see progress, you'll be more inspired or encouraged to do more hours. However, there have been times when you probably start exercising and you don't see any results for months. Still go ahead. That's why it's important to do something you love, so that even if the results don't come as fast as you would have loved them to come, you would still like enjoy the process, right? And then try and create beautiful experiences while exercising. Meet new people at your gym, make friends, create memories. Really, I feel like you can't go wrong when you create good memories. Yeah, but anyway, the point of this video is, most of the change that needs to happen for us to achieve things is changing the way we see life, changing the way we perceive life, and changing the skills of who we are. Second thing is that most people want to start big. Most people want to start and start pulling the right numbers like immediately. I feel like starting small gives you like the best platform for growth, because you get to learn about yourself, your strengths, your weakness. You get to learn about the industry or the task you want to do, how well you can do it. It also gives you like a safe platform to feel safe without losing as much resources as you would have. And then it helps you create organic growth where people can literally see what you're doing and I feel connected. You can still do this at a bigger number. Let that be up to you, but don't put off anything that you want to do to the future. What can you start now? Like what one small thing can you start now? It could be a skill you could start learning. It could be something you could start putting out there so people know that it's something you're interested in doing in the future. But yeah, just scroll through your goals, your life goals, and say, this thing, what small thing can I do to start growing and to start putting out there? Yeah, and then enjoy failing, enjoy falling, and most of all, learn from why you fail, so that you don't have to fall again. I wanted this video to have a different essence, but I also want to believe that somebody out there may watch this video and it may be exactly what they need. So I'm trying not to scrap out the video. Even I was like, oh no, this is not what I want, so I'm going to scrap everything off and probably do another one. But I'm just like, this may not be my ideal video, but for someone it may be what they need. So I'm just going to probably like cut out pieces. I'm just probably going to just still put it out there, and I know that in the future I have many more opportunities to create like a different video that is more in tune with what my ideal style of video is, which is storytelling. So this is an example of me doing something uncomfortable, just in case you're wondering. Yeah, all right, that's it for today, folks. Thank you for stopping by. Please like this video, even if you didn't like it. Just still click the button, and then feel free to subscribe. By the way, I would love to know what your name is. If this is your first time coming here, and if there's any lesson you learned, and if there's anything you're going to put into practice this year, please also comment that below. I'm looking forward to see you guys again. Hopefully I will have mastered the other stuff.